Yo, welcome back to the channel. For those who are new, I basically make videos reviewing trainers, what you might want to cop. I let you know how they feel, what they're like, so you don't have to, or if you haven't got the chance to go to the shop and have a look at them, then you'll know what they're like when you order online. Everyone, please like, subscribe and click the notification bell. It really helps me grow my channel, and it also gives you an update as and when I drop a video. I usually drop a video maybe once a week. So the way I'm going to do this unboxing, I'm going to basically do it box for box, trainer for trainer. I'm not going to do one first and then the other one second. I'm just going to do it together so you can actually see the comparison of the two trainers side by side, and you can work out what's going on, what's new, what's not new, what they've kept of the OG and incorporated into the new one, and so on and so on. So let's just get into this now. The unboxing of the new the unboxing of the new Chuck Taylor All-Star Crater Converse Highs. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Livinlife, who hooked me up with this t-shirt. Listen, I put the link of their website in the description below. Please go and see them, support, man. They're really good. They do one-offs, bespoke designs for an individual. They're just there. I can't recommend them enough. I've always wanted to do that. Sorry. So here we go. This box is exactly the same as the VaporMax 2020 box, if you remember correctly. So, for those of you who don't know, Nike bought Converse back in 2002. So Nike are the parent company to Converse. Converse have been doing their thing ever since, but Nike took them over, hence the reason why you've got what is really a Nike box with a Converse logo at the bottom. On the VaporMax 2020s, that is a Nike tick. The box is exactly the same. You've got that code thing there, I can't remember what it's called, and the information there. At the back of the box, you've got information which basically says, this product is made with at least 20% recyclable content by weight, which reduces waste and our carbon footprint. I think on the Vapor 20 Max, I think it says 40%, because that's how much it uses on that one. Again, you've got the Nike Recycle logo there, and as a front you see the Nike Recycle logo and the Move to Zero footprint. Original Chuck Taylor All-Star box, much smaller. Original OG All-Star star there. Around the box you've got the, come on now, trademark 2 holes with metal rings and the black going around the whole of the box. On that side you've got the info on the box, but it's a much smaller box, as you can see. There, look, much smaller. At the bottom of the box it does say this box reserves another chance to hold a pair of Converse shoes. Please recycle. So it's not a recyclable box, but it's asking to recycle. So Nike were on it from the beginning. They weren't sleeping. So let's just get into this now. Opening up the new box. Oh, so difference here is plain to see straight away. In the VaporMax 2020s, there's no paper. It's just straight to the shoe. This is the new All-Star Craters. I mean, you can see the big difference already, but we'll get into that. Let's put this away. We go back to the old box, we open it. There might have been paper, I just can't remember. But big shout out to my brother. These are not actually mine because I don't actually own a pair of highs. I've got some lows in leather and black, but my brother sorted me out with these. So big shout out to Sheldon. I put his Insta in the link below. Right, so the first thing we're going to see is the appearance. Traditional black Converse. We all know the rubber toe top, the rubber around the side, etc. This one, no rubber at the top. No rubber around the side apart from the crater foam itself, which is completely blue, so we can all see the difference there. With the original ones, it had another piece of rubber put onto the toe as a protection with its iconic pattern moulded onto it there. I don't know if you can really see it from here. Then you had the plastic toe cap at the top, and going along the traditional black line that goes all the way around the trainer to the heel, and at the heel you had another piece of plastic on there which was stamped with the All Stars sign and the star and some writing underneath, but it's worn away. I can't tell you what that was. This is completely different. This is a complete mould of this. I mean, it's got the additional plastic, but it's a mould additional plastic, so it's not additional plastic on top of it here. It goes all the way around the toe. At the top there's no plastic here. It actually feels like another piece of canvas which they've put on top there. I believe it's a narrower toe. Don't know if you can see that, but it looks like a narrower toe. Actually, it looks like the same, but in real life this looks narrower at the top, so you want to may want to take that into consideration when you buy these. Don't know if these are wider fit, but this is clearly a bit narrower at the toe than the original ones. Going back to these ones, again, like I said, it goes around where the black line used to be. It's just a line, a mould of a line. It's not coloured. It's hard to see, but you faintly see it. It's a mould of a line going around, and when you get to the heel, again, it's the extra mould with the All-Star stamp on it is actually moulded into the heel, and that basically says, well, it's a bit different from the original one because now at the top it says Converse, then All-Star sign with no writing at the bottom. So again, you're carrying that round. It carries on around with the lines, etc. It's got the original print or pattern at the top. So that's it for the sole. Sorry, I should say they've also moulded the sole completely exactly the same, as you can see. I'm trying to turn it so you can see it. There you go. Look, that looks better. But you can see the sole is exactly the same. They've even indented the bit there with the name which says Converse. It's got a star and it says All Star. The only difference between this one and this one is on this one the Converse sign is much bigger. It's got the star. It says All Star, but then at the bottom it has the size of the trainer as well. Whereas before, well, on these it doesn't, which is great. No one wants to see their size. I think that's a plus. Okay, take away the size. Not that anyone looks at the bottom of your feet, but take away the size. You know what I mean? Right, going to the upper part of the shoe. Traditional canvas, you know, it's quite flimsy. The lining was just a line to differentiate between the canvas on the outside and one inside. The lace holes were had the traditional metal ring hoops in them, so the lace would go through, and they were reinforced with a stitching what went all along from the ankle part all the way down to the toe, and it had the lining there. On these ones, although you've got the stitching now, the reinforcement is not by way of metal hole rings. In fact, it's just another piece of canvas, almost like the one on top, but not as hard. It's a bit softer, but this is actually divided into 3 sections. So the first section is we've got 2 holes, and it's divided by stitching in yellow. You see it like a neon yellow. The second section is got 3 holes, and again divided by a yellow stitching there. And the third, which goes up to the ankle, is 3 holes again, but that's topped off with a white stitching at the top where the ankle part is. Again, it does have the stitching going along the line, but it's not as predominant as the original one, which was white, as you can see there. But the canvas is quite nice. Now, this canvas is completely different to the original one. Now, I'm not technically au fait with exactly what they've done, but from what I've read on this one, this is complete 100% recyclable new material. I don't know what it's called, you'd have to look it up, but I'm not here to get technical with you. I'm sure there's going to be other YouTubers who's going to get technical and tell you exactly what it is. But the upper is 100% recyclable. It's a new kind of canvas. It's a bit like the fly knit, but not as detailed as in terms of soft and whatever. So it still has that canvas feel to it. It goes all the way round. At the heel is differentiated with this stitching, which you can see there. And what they've done, they've actually purposely shown where the 2 parts come together, and they've stitched it with yet again a yellow neon. What they have done at the top though is added a ribbon with that yellow neon with a bigger zigzag sign and a heel pull, which is not on the same. On the original one, they covered that stitching with a ribbon which went up and just stopped. So it's just a reinforcement of the thing. The heel is quite solid, as you'd expect, so it locks in your heel. I could say the same for this one, but this one is much higher than the original one. Put it together, there you go. You can see the heel carries on much higher than the original heel. So you're definitely going to lock your foot into this one. It's stiff, but it's movable. You know, exactly the same as this one. But with this one, this is canvas. It's all over the place. This is quite stiff, if I'm honest with you. Now, the inside of here now has a kind of, it has a lining, but it's more of a softer material, and it feels like they've got a sponge in between the outside and the inside lining. So there's a bit more comfort around your ankle. Obviously, this is comfortable because it's just a piece of material around your ankle, but this, it looks like they've gone for comfort with this one. Now, as with all traditional All-Stars, you've got that All-Star badge in the middle on the inside of your heel. This one is another piece of material which is sewn on there, and it's in grey, and it just says Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star. Exactly the same as the original one, but this one obviously is ironed on, and it's red and blue as it usually does, and it's got the same Converse Chuck All-Star, Chuck Taylor All-Star. So that's the difference with those there. The next thing we'll get to, or carrying on with the upper, is a complete redesign of the tongue. Now in the original one, the tongue was free to do whatever it wanted. I remember having these when I was younger, and I hated it because you'd have to put your foot in, the tongue would be squished together, and you'd have to readjust your foot to get the tongue flat, and then, you know, by the day goes on, the tongue would go around your ankle, or if you didn't have it tight enough, it'd slip round and you'd have to pull it back up. It was annoying. It was annoying. They just didn't have the thing where you could put the lace through. Now, I don't know if they've heard me wish this or other people wish this, but they've addressed that. Converse have addressed this. Now what they've done is they've added a ribbon to the tongue, which allows you to then lace your laces through that ribbon to keep the tongue in place. Like all other trainers have that little slip, you can, at the top of it you can put one lace through and it keeps your tongue in place. This is what they've done, but they've taken that to another level and kept that ribbon from the instep all the way up to the ankle. Now at the top there's a pull, so you can pull the tongue through as well. On the ribbon it's got the Converse signs going left, up, right, down, all four sides, and at the bottom of that it's really small. I don't think you can see it, but it says 2020 on it. I really like that, and I think that makes a whole heap of difference. It's going to be much more comfortable wearing. That's my opinion. Some people might like the old style and they've had a problem with the tongue. I definitely had a problem with the tongue, and it just didn't work for me. Another thing what has changed is traditional laces. Now these are traditional laces what you find in most trainers, webbing and the little plastic bits at the top, etc. They've put in completely different laces here. I don't know if these are recyclable, but at the top it's a plastic see-through with a curved nib, so it's not open like as the original ones are open. The laces themselves seem quite hollow. It feels like a tube, but they're designed flat, but if you squeeze them you can see that they're hollow inside. So I think they're going to be quite durable, and I like the way they go with the laces. I don't think another colour like white would have gone with this, or grey. I think black was the right choice with this colourway anyway. Inside, Converse have kept it traditional. The insole does not come out, just like with the original ones. But it's not white as most of them are. This one's green, it has Converse. Now, Converse have taken the Crater foam and, you know, they've recycled the top. But what is telling is that if you compare this to the VaporMax 2020s, the insole can come out and the insole looked recyclable. I don't know if it was, but it looked as if it was from recyclable material. This just looks like a normal insole from Converse or Nike. The difference though, compared to the original ones, is it's much softer. You can actually feel the sponge or the cushioning in that insole. So you know this is going to be a really easy sneaker to wear for all day. What I didn't really like about the originals is that it's a hard walk. It didn't give much. It's a flat surface. I couldn't work out how people play basketball in this back in the day, but obviously I did. It didn't give much. Some people are used to that, like Jordan 1s, you know, they're quite flat with the wear, and people like that. I don't. I'm sorry. I just like a bit of give. I like a bit of. I'm an Air Max, you know, Air Max 90s man. You've got air bubbles. You know, when that comfort comes, you can't go back to walking hard on the street. It's just the way it is. So that's a good difference. Another difference with this one. This is rubber, and it's hard rubber. You know, all the way through. Everything on top of it is hard rubber. This is really soft. You can actually feel the give and the sponge in it from even at the toe here. It's, you know, you push it. I'm not saying it's not durable, but you can definitely feel there's a give here. You definitely know that it's going to be a more comfortable trainer to walk in. And like I said, with that sponginess on the inside and this on the outside, I think it's going to be a really comfortable trainer to wear. I believe they just kept it true. They've just kept it true to the original All Stars. They've given it everything the All Stars is known for. The inside badge. I never knew why they put it on the inside. You know, I thought people would want to say it, but they do. It's on the inside. That's how it is. They've got the traditional holes there, even though it hasn't got the metal rings around it. They've still kept the traditional holes there, whereas, you know, the originals had those there. And it's so iconic. It's even on their box. So you know, you just know at Converse they've got those things. Even, you know, I haven't compared them to other Converse, like, you know, silhouettes from Off-White and things like that. But that's just as iconic to the All Stars. So I've got to say, big up to Converse, man. They've taken new technology, they've revamped it into an original OG silhouette, and I think they've come up well. They've added the bits what make it a more comfortable trainer for the modern age. It is as light as hell. This, even though there's not much to it, as a Converse upper, the rubber makes it heavy. This is light. This is light. And the way most running trainers are now, and other stuff you've got, the Vapor Maxes, even with a bubble underneath, when you feel a heavy trainer, you know it's a heavy trainer. This is a light trainer. I mean, you know, design as well, you can wear this with anything. It's going to go with anything. You know, forget the blue at the bottom. I think the blue just enhances the good looks of it. You know, you can see all the recycled material just as you can with the Space Hippies, the Crater Foam. Converse have done well. If you want to cop these, I would strongly recommend them. If you're an OG All-Star guy, girl, whatever, you're not going to be disappointed with these ones. I think these are just going to add to your collection, and you'll really enjoy wearing these. They come in 3 different colorways at the moment. This is black, white, and I think you've got charcoal, which is just a lighter color to these, I believe. But yeah, and for the price, these are actually going cheaper than some of the Jordan 1s. Not resale Jordan 1s, because obviously some of the prices on those are ridiculous. But retail, these are cheaper than most Jordan 1s. In fact, I think these are probably on the same par or even cheaper than AF 1s. So, you know, for the price you're paying and the technology you're getting in terms of the recyclability and the comfort and a classic looking Converse, you just can't go wrong. Listen, if you like this video, please, once again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. Comment below, let me know what you think. I think they've done a good homage to the All Stars. Thanks a lot, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.